Hello, this is my presentation on James Turrell. So, James Turrell was born on May 6, 1943 in Los Angeles, California. As a child, Turrell developed an interest in cosmological phenomena because of the flights he took with his father, who was an aeronautical engineer. Turrell even earned his own pilot's license at the age of 16, which furthered his fascination with the sky. Furthermore, his mother also held strong Quaker beliefs, and one of those beliefs is that each person can experience an inner light. So these two aspects of Turrell's upbringing influenced his love for space and light, which end up being his two main forms of medium. James Turrell graduated from Pasadena High School in 1960 and went on to study experimental psychology at Paloma College in Claremont, California. After graduating in 1965, he became interested in art and enrolled in a graduate program at the University of California, Irvine. In 1967, he created his first piece named Afram, shown in the photo on the slide. And this installation was light projected into the corner of a room, forming a three-dimensional illuminated floating cube. After this, he began making constructions that changed the viewer's perception on space within a room. After graduating with a master's in art from Claremont Graduate School in 1973, Turrell began to work on his first large sky space, which was an aperture cut into the roof of a building that causes the visible plane of the sky to appear flat. Unlike a show of paintings or sculptures, every one of Turrell's pieces must be built on site, which can even require modifications to the museums themselves. Windows must be blocked off or painted black to obscure outside light. Zigzagging hallways are constructed to isolate installation rooms, and each of the rooms has to be built according to Turrell's designs. These installations also depend on computers to run the show. Specific software and programming is crucial to all of his installations coming alive. James Turrell has permanent installations in 29 different countries around the world. Some of those which are Argentina, Japan, Mexico, the Netherlands, Greece, Switzerland, England, Berlin, and the United States. The House of Light in Japan, which is pictured on this slide, is a house designed with traditional Japanese architecture, aesthetics, and culture, combined with Turrell's typical play on light and shadow. Guests can even stay overnight at this house of light and experience Turrell's work to the fullest. In 1968 and 1969, James Turrell began experimenting more with color. Raymar Pink White, constructed in 1969, appears as a hologram of receding light on a wall of a pink illuminated room. This is the picture shown on the slide. This is one of Turrell's earliest shadow spaces and is meant to be viewed from the back of the room in order to challenge the viewer's depth perception. James Turrell consistently works with light, shadow, and space. In 2020, Turrell had a 2-floor exhibition at Mexico City called Passages of Light. Within this exhibition, Turrell wanted to create a space where his audience feels a presence or an entity. He wishes to create an immersive space that works to deceive the viewer's eyes and overall perception of reality. Through a change of colors and various visual effects, these spaces created by light transforms and dissolves in front of viewers' eyes, making them wonder what is real and what is not. Rodin Crater is James Turrell's most ambitious project yet. He has spent 45 years designing a series of tunnels and chambers inside a volcano in order to capture celestial light. Standing 580 feet tall and 2 miles wide, one of the tunnels that Turrell has completed is 854 feet long. Turrell has also worked closely with astronomers and astrophysicists to calculate the alignment of major astrological events. The work is built to align most perfectly during the major lunar standstill, which happens every 18.61 years. And lastly, Turrell's artwork often distorts reality, which creates some issues between his artwork and his audience. In 1980, a woman mistook a wall of light that was on display at the Whitney Museum for an actual physical wall. Trying to lean against it, she actually fell and sprained her wrist. Because of this, she sued for $250,000. Another time, a visitor sat down on a work that looked solid but was actually water. The piece was surrounded by neon lights, which shattered as a result of the visitor's fall. And lastly, a woman plunged into one of Turrell's works at the Venice Biennale.